Madam Chairman, I'm glad the people at home are watching this on TV or here in person because they're learning that H.R. 1 is going to lower their energy cost. I want to yield to the gentleman from Texas, which is a huge energy producer for our nation, Mr. Weber, a valuable member of Energy and Commerce Committee, for 2 minutes.
Gentleman's recognized.
Thank you, Chairman. I appreciate that. Madam Speaker, this bill is absolutely critical to our nation, critical for hardworking Americans, and not to mention critical for national security. We produce energy cleaner, more efficiently, and cheaper than any other country. We need to start acting like it. The best way to reverse the damage of Biden's energy crisis and drive down energy prices is by flipping the switch and unleashing American energy at home. We have real solutions in H.R. 1 to do just that very thing. Bills like Rep. Crenshaw's Keeping America's Refineries Act will help ensure that our nation's refineries can continue to operate and keep the lights on in our country. My energy-heavy district, as the chairman referred to, houses about 50% of Texas's daily refining output. Our district is home to America's largest petroleum refineries that process 2.6 million barrels of oil a day. This bill will ensure our refineries stay online. This bill fights back on overburdensome regulations imposed by the Biden administration that targets the use of hydrofluoric acid that goes into everything from aluminum cans to vehicle fuel cells. Our country simply cannot run without energy, and let me tell you, we can't afford to live in the greenies dystopia that the folks on the other side of the aisle dream about either. I urge all my colleagues to vote in favor of this vital piece of legislation that will unleash American energy, lower energy costs for hardworking Americans, increase production, reform the drawn-out permitting processes, streamline the energy infrastructure, and boost the production and processing of critical minerals. Our country depends on it. Madam Chair, I yield back.
Good morning, friends. I have breaking news to share with you this Monday. This is serious. Could there be new requirements for monthly benefits? Lawmakers in the House of Representatives are eyeing a new bill that would cut funding for many important programs. This could lead to a smaller number of Americans being eligible to receive relief payments. My dear friends, please make sure that you watch until the end of this video. Also, this coming Friday, I will be announcing 3 winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, dear friends, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. The battle over food stamp reform was ratcheted up a notch recently when nearly 24 Republican lawmakers introduced a bill that would change eligibility requirements for the program. The bill, whose lead sponsor is U.S. Democratic Representative Dusty Johnson, proposes to implement stricter work requirements for able-bodied adults without children. According to USA Today, a total of 23 Republicans co-sponsored the bill. It is called the America Works Act. The proposals include raising the maximum age for work requirements from 49 years old to 65 years old, limiting a state's ability to waive work requirements, and emphasizing work requirements for able-bodied adults without children. Food stamps, formerly known as SNAP benefits, provide food purchasing assistance to all qualifying low-income households. SNAP is overseen by the U.S. Department of Agriculture and administered at the state level. As USA Today noted, the proposed bill is likely to set up a showdown between Republicans and Democrats as they negotiate the Farm Bill later this year. The Farm Bill is the country's largest agricultural and food policy omnibus and is negotiated every 5 years. Although the America Works Act might have a chance of making it through the GOP-controlled House, it remains to be seen whether it will pass the Senate, where Democrats hold a narrow advantage. Dusty Johnson, a member of the House Agriculture Committee, relied on food stamps as a child. Following his re-election in November 2022, Representative Johnson discussed his intentions to change SNAP work requirements Johnson told reporters, "Work is an opportunity. There is no recipe for escaping poverty that doesn't have work as a requirement." Supporters say that this bill is vital to reducing cycles of poverty while saving taxpayers money. Politico noted, supporters say that this bill is vital to reducing cycles of poverty while saving taxpayers money. And it's the first of many expected efforts to set a limit on SNAP by the GOP. House Democrats have not announced their response to the bill and have raised concerns about whether they can withstand blasts to the program. During the crisis, expanded SNAP benefits provided much-needed relief to struggling families. The allotments boosted monthly SNAP payments by $95. Many were also given a 15% increase that increased the average monthly benefit per person to more than $240. SNAP emergency allotments expired on March 1st nationwide. Also, friends, there are changes on the way for Medicare. Officials have confirmed that millions are set to lose Medicaid as crisis protections come to an end. Up to 15 million Americans, or 17% of those enrolled in Medicaid or the Children's Health Insurance Program, are expected to lose coverage in the next coming months as states begin to reevaluate who is eligible for the program. The change comes at a precarious time for the economy, with inflation slowing but remains stubbornly high. And the recent banking turmoil has raised concerns about an impending recession. Americans' tendency to spend, even in the face of decades of high inflation and rapidly rising interest rates, has helped sustain the economy for much of the past year. But many economists say the U.S. economy is at a turning point. Savings are shrinking, and people are taking on more debt to cover day-to-day expenses. A decline in consumer spending, which accounts for almost 70% of the U.S. economy, combined with other slowdowns, may be enough to tip the country into a recession. Further cuts to government programs are still possible this year, with Republicans in Congress and President Biden at an impasse over how to handle the U.S. debt limit before it is exceeded. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy last week called Biden to reduce out-of-control government spending with a number of policy changes, including new requirements for Americans on welfare. The crisis-era Medicaid and SNAP increases were part of the government's sweeping and unprecedented efforts to keep families above water in 2020. More than 20 million Americans lost their jobs in the first 2 months of the crisis, with those in low-wage sectors such as hospitality and retail being disproportionately affected. Well, my amazing and most beautiful friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for this morning. Thank you, dear friends, for being part of this community and for joining me here every single day. I will be announcing several winners this coming Friday for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. Thank you and have a wonderful and very blessed day.